Let's see if you can see me. It's been a long time since I've been on this system, so I am testing it out tonight. So if you are on here on any one of these channels, send me word. Let me know that you can hear, right? Because we are preparing for our upcoming Life Forum conversation on Friday. So I want to make sure that all systems are go. Make sure everything is tested and running smoothly so that when the peanut gallery gets back together, that we have the ability to have this conversation and give it the integrity that it deserves. So I'm testing tonight. If you pass through, just say, hey, let me know that you can hear me. While I'm here, I'm going to just kind of be talking about some things that are coming up, right? I can't believe, can anybody believe we are at the end of April already? I promise we just crossed over into the new year and we're in second quarter, but we're at the end of the first month of the second quarter, right? So yeah. So May 1st is this Friday. May 1st. May 1st. Oh my gosh. Like who did that? Who got us to May 1st so quickly? You will see me. I'm in a different space tonight. I got a makeshift office. Until I can get reorganized back in my main office. And so just testing these spaces, forgive the books, but it just means that that's how much study I'm doing in the back of me. Listen, if you're passing through, send a message. Let me know that you can hear me. I see some people piping on. This is nothing official tonight, nothing official, but I always like to test and see what we have to prep for. Well, you're here. If you've got questions about anything that is going on in the mental health camp, please let me know. I'd love to answer them for you. In the meantime, I'm going to keep playing with this system because this streaming service has completely updated on us. Hey, Miss Tasha, I see you. Thank you for piping in and letting me know that you're on. This streaming service has updated itself. Oh, so it's got some nice little happy to see me back. Yes, Yachty, look. I'll be diving in and out. So, and I will tell you, let me be honest, the crew has been saying, okay, we need to do something. And I have been saying, I've already got a lot going on, guys. So, just do it without me. Just do it without me, right? And so, and they were planning to, but this particular topic came up. Hey, Lariette, I'm so glad to see you, sis. Always glad to see you. This particular topic came up, and I sent word to them and asked them, they're the only crew that I would want to have this type of conversation with. And it is about the domestic violence that is taking place with our Black women over the last 3 to 4 weeks, 5, 6 weeks. Now, when I'm saying this, I also recognize that there has been a lot of historical information regarding this particular topic. It just feels like when something is concentrated and it's heavy and it's like consistently happening, it almost feels like something else has got to be going on, right? So I don't really watch the news. I keep in touch with the news based off of what I need to know for the positions that I sit in. And I always try to watch for what is going on. And in the midst of study and working and managing family and marriage and ministry and all of those things that I kind of circle around on my shoulders, I went to bed one night and that topic, that thing that was happening, the mayor, I think she was a mayor in Broward, the children in Louisiana, somebody in Virginia, 2 other incidents that were taking place. I started to hear about more incidents, and I'm like, is there something going on? Is there something turned over in the world right now? I found myself asking the Black men that I serve in therapy, are you good? How are your communities? How are your friends? Are you paying attention to this? What are your feelings behind this? And I have an affinity for my Black men because I'm a Black woman. I have an affinity for them, right? I serve everybody, but I have an affinity for my people, and I don't apologize for that. So I just started asking questions. I got concerned as a clinician, I got concerned as a spiritual leader, I got concerned just as a woman because we need our men. We do. We need our families. And there is no excuse for the kinds of behaviors that we are seeing in concentration right now. And I'm also interested in what is happening with our men. I'm interested in finding out if there is something that is going on there. So I sent word to the crew and they made room in their schedules. And we're going to have this conversation on Friday. I want you to meet us back here if you're interested in it. If you're interested in having the discussion with us, chatting in online with us, sending it out to someone who might have interest. We don't have solutions because we're not God, but we could systemically kind of analyze what's going on in the environment, see what's happening socially, economically, spiritually, environmentally. I think I mentioned that, occupationally. Um, I don't know. I don't know. And I want to understand more. So we want to bring some information. We're doing some backdrop study. We want to make sure that we have an intelligent conversation with our sphere of our lens of influence, our sphere of influence. Myself with the clinical background, we got the creatives on, we got the women on, and we got our brothers on, right? Because we want to hear what they are feeling about what we're seeing. And I invite you to join us. If we have room on the live chat, we would love to add you to the conversation if you can swing it. But if you got feelings about this topic, I want to hear what you feel about this particular thing. We're going to do it this Friday, May 1st at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to give me time to get off work and get situated back home so that I can join the crew with this conversation. It'll probably take an hour. We don't want to go longer than an hour, but it will not be exhausted in an hour, that's for sure. But I hope that it will encourage people to start having conversations within their families. Check on your husbands, check in on your sons, check in on your daughters, see what the mindset is around individuals who are dating, the paying attention to signs and signals going on in individuals who would typically have what I call, their standard. I won't say normalized because normal is relative, but their standard behaviors. Notice when people are off, pay attention to that. Check in with the people that are around you. One of the things that I love about what our brothers do in particular, I have a brother, I have two brothers. And when I was younger, my brothers used to go to the barbershop, right? Listen, down the hill, make a left, and at the corner was the barbershop. And it felt like the barbershop was the therapy space. And they would gather there. They would fuss at us about being at the hair salon for hours and hours. But in all actuality, the brothers used to be at the barbershop for hours. And it wasn't about the haircut. It was about the camaraderie. It was about the conversation that they were having about everything. Right. And so we take for granted these spaces that build and support people, but it's happening everywhere. Bartenders, people tell them more than they tell therapists, right? Hairstylists, people tell them more than they're telling therapists. Barbers, sit back, let them, give you a shape up, whatever. If you feel like talking or not, this is a season where I feel like a lot of people are just trying to find community and connection, and they're finding it in all kinds of places. And there's nothing wrong with that because we are a people that are made to be with other people. We should seek to be with one another. So in any case, I told you I was running off at the mouth while I was testing out the system to see what's new and what I need to do before we get up in here on Friday. But if you've got questions, that's a good thing. If you've got questions about the topic, please send them. I'd love for you to post them on my page or any page that you are seeing this live stream tonight on, and just start tagging or adding your questions or comments so that we will make sure to address whatever it is that you have concern about. And if you have time on Friday, meet us on my page, specifically on the Evolution page on YouTube. I think there's another page, I don't remember it. 3 pages that we're probably going to stream from: the Evolution Church page on Facebook. Whatever page you find this on, we're going to be streaming this on Friday at 8 p.m. I would love to hear your thoughts, because again, I don't have a solution. It's going to be a collective. It's going to be a community that comes together to say, hey, we're recognizing some things. And listen, when we get together to tackle issues that are systemic, man, the power of the crowd is amazing. It is amazing when people can really get their minds connected to somebody else's mind, especially who has the same mind. It's the idea of being on one accord, right? All in the same room, all in one place. There are individuals that are connecting underground in ways that we can't even imagine. And so allow yourselves to just stretch. Allow yourselves to get connected again to people. Man, that trick of the enemy is to isolate people, but we are not meant to be in isolation. Our soul seeks connection. And so these are great opportunities for us to be able to do that. And so, yeah, that's what I'm doing tonight. And I wanted to make sure that I tested before I went into my next leg of working tonight. I need a second win, but I don't need any coffee. But I need a second win. I need another 3 hours of energy tonight. So I'm gonna figure out how we do that. In the meantime, I'm hoping that you all are well. You know, I hope that you are mentally well. I hope that you are emotionally well. I hope that you are spiritually well. I'm seeing the intersectionality of all of my positions come alive as one person called Shazetta, right? And I, the Lord, and I say the Lord because I believe it. I believe that the Lord has given me a grace to be able to step into a whole bunch of different spheres all at the same time, to show up as he needs me to be in any moment. And a lot of times it is with multiple hats at the same time. But I'm concerned for you. I'm hoping that you are having a good enough experience. I'm hoping that you are finding camaraderie and community. I'm hoping that you have a connection to God, that you have a prayer life that is sustainable, that your spiritual experience is full of God's goodness and grace. I want you to be well. I want you to be well. And well to one person might be different to another person. But I'm hoping, whatever wellness looks like to you, that you would have that experience. Now, wellness is not without challenge. It's not. If that's what we believe, that we're not going to have any trouble, it's not the truth. Let me tell you, it's not. It's not. There will be phases of life where we will need to be content in the state that we're in until the state changes. It is life. It is life. And I'm a firm believer. I remember teaching this life class probably last year, 2 years ago. And one of the things that came up in the conversation that life is an angel of the Lord. We despise what life will do, but life is under the auspices of God's design for you. So life will do what it needs to do in order to bring you into full awareness of who you are and who he is in whatever expression that you have. Life, an angel of the Lord. So we've got to be prepared for life. Trouble is not going anywhere. Trouble will intensify. It'll settle in some things and it'll intensify in other things. You will move through seasons and vacillate through winds and valleys. You have to be okay with that because trouble is not going anywhere. But your perspective, you can have control over that. You can change it. You can alter it. You can settle yourself in where you are And where God has you, you can. You can. Everything is going to be processed in the reality of your mind. How you perceive God is how you serve Him. How you perceive life is how you serve it, and it will serve you. There's a lot of things that are going to go on, and you will have great seasons and you will have not so great seasons. And then you'll have middle of the road seasons. We have to learn how to live in the reality of this life. That's what we've been given. And if He's given it to us, then He's given us the grace to maneuver through it. See differently. You work to alter your perspective. See differently. And I promise when you get connected, hopefully you'll build up the internal capacity to handle what it is that you're going through within yourself. But then also there are things, many things that you don't have to handle alone. And it is in our connection that we have that strength, because where there's unity, there is, right? Unity doesn't mean that we always think the same thing, but we agree on the purpose. Where there's unity, there is strength. So our connection is important. Our connection is important. Don't get it twisted. One of the things that we look for, even in the clinical aspect, is who surrounds you? Who do you spend time with? Are you by yourself? Are you with your own mindset all the time? Or do you spend time with people, different perspectives, individuals who don't think like you, individuals who sharpen you, you sharpen them? There is power in community. So I want to encourage you with that tonight, because I wouldn't be me if I just did this tester and didn't encourage you. Frank, I see you, my favorite elder, one of them. God bless you, man of God. It's good to see you. To all of you who will see this live at some point, remember, if you have the time to join us Friday, May 1st at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 7 p.m. Central, I think. And then by the time we get to Pacific Time, I don't even recall it. So check on Google if you're in another time zone and you want to join us live. We would love to see you. If you got questions, comments, thoughts about the topic, and actually it is on my phone, I'm looking at it now, a conversation around domestic harm impacting Black women. We specifically want to reference a lot of the activity that has been happening over the last 4 to 5 weeks. I think here recently in Broward, we just had a funeral. I think it's the vice mayor or the mayor. Somebody can help me with that. Tasha, I think you were telling me about that information. By the time I get to Friday, I'll have it. Yeah, so some of those experiences that have been taking place in our country that we have been highlighting or recognizing. We want to have a conversation around that. So if you have thoughts, questions, comments, please share it under this live. Send me a separate message if you want to do that, or just join us on Friday. Yeah, it's the vice mayor. Thank you. Or just join us on Friday live. We would love to have your thoughts and comments in the chat, or you just never know. You know, we invite people to come live with us all the time just to hear the thoughts and to have a consistent vibe in conversation with us. So thank you all for hanging out with us. We coming back. I'm not going to say that well, let me say this, because Adam Watson will get me. The crew is probably going to come back more consistently. I appreciate the crew because they are giving me room to finish this schooling. And if you all will keep praying for me, we're going to be finished June 2027. That's the goal. So I need time. There's a lot of things that are taking place with school right now. So, and I need a lot of hours on that end. So they're trying to give me grace. So the crew will come back a little bit more consistently, and I will probably pop in and out based on my own availability. So you will see us again. You will definitely see us on Friday. Okay. Hey, Miss Master K, I always love seeing you. So join us on Friday. I see that there is some glitching that is going on, so I'm paying attention to that. Just making sure that we have enough juice in our internet connection so that we don't have this skipping or this glitching in these spaces. But yes, join us Friday, domestic harm towards our Black women. We want to have the conversation about it. Let's talk about it. And maybe the heaviness around that will lift from my spirit but it hasn't left me yet. I'm hoping that collectively we can consider some solutions. We may not come up with one. That's not the goal, but the goal is to put the information out there and to have a conversation about what could be happening and how we can participate in providing solution. Yeah. Thank you all for passing through, joining us. Good evening to all of you. Thank you. I'm hoping that you're hearing me well, that you're hearing me clear. The other, how many others? The other four will join us on Friday. So listen, you all have a good evening. Remember, the chat will be here. You can send your questions and comments around this topic so that we can have a robust conversation around it. Have a good night, guys. Thank you for hanging out. We're going to put back on the what is it? The countdown, so you don't have to hang out. I'm still going to test the system so that we can make sure that we are good for Friday, and hopefully I will see you then. Have a good one.